All right, we are good. We got this. This is usually Mike's area, so I'm flying solo tonight with the ladies, and took me a minute, but I got it. So, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm so excited. The three ladies that you guys are going to hear from tonight have become three very important women to me. They're just amazing, motivated, loving, just inspirational women. So those of you that are new into my world, I'm going to share a little bit quick about our story and then have them share their story with you as well. So sit down, grab some popcorn, get comfy. That's my favorite thing about this business is I'm rocking a sweatshirt because it's freezing here in Florida today, and slippers because I'm home. You work from home, you can dress how you want. But my name is Brandy Bright. My other half, Mike Lemire, and I have been in this business for 16 months. This month, this is our 16th month. Oh my gosh. It has been a whirlwind, you guys. If you don't know, anything about our company, or maybe this is the first time you've stumbled across my page, or you've interacted with any of us, and we are partnered with a almost 20-year-old faith-based, family-owned company. They're debt-free. They're creeping on $1 billion in sales. They're truly a company that you can be proud to stand behind. They're constantly trying to be the best versions of themselves and put out the best products and use the best ingredients. And I throw out words like bakuchol. That's something that's in our skincare that's a plant-based retinol alternative, and some people laugh at me, and of course I would know that. If you're a friend of mine, you would know that I would know that. But they stay up with the trends. And Mike and I got involved, like I said, 16 months ago, and we hit ambassador over the summer. It has been a crazy ride. We became top earners in this company. We are so honored. All three ladies on this call are in the top 150 of the company. I'm so excited to celebrate with them all at our conference next week. And guys, now is the time. The momentum we have right now, the excitement we have going on right now, the announcements that are going to happen at conference next week. Little Birdie said something about bonuses coming back, about some crazy new products coming out. Like, if you are not part of this company or you have not looked at it, sit down and pay attention, because tonight is amazing. So like I said, Mike and I have been involved for about 1.5 years, and it has changed our lives. It's changed my life just introducing me to these women. It's changed my life because it's a faith-based company. We do Bible studies together. We pray together. We laugh together. We cry together. It's made me stronger in my faith. As a couple, it's made Mike and I stronger. We focus a lot more on personal growth because of this company as a couple than we did before. Our financial situation, you guys, it'll be a year we moved here. A year ago in March, we moved here only a few, 6 months or so into the company. And because of the financial opportunity it provided for our family, we left Ohio and moved to Florida. Like, it just has provided amazing opportunities for us. So enough about me. I would like to bring on these incredible women so you can hear a little bit about their stories too. So first, we're going to start with Miss Susan Wade. She is a local leader, top income earner. She is a mom of 4 little girls, busy as can be, and she just crushes it. So Susan, thank you for coming on here tonight.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm just glad I was able to get away because my kiddos, they're blasting music right now. We're just having a party. But that's what I love about this company is we get to work as moms from home, and if our kids are crawling all over us, hey, it works. So I started this business 7.5 years ago, which is like crazy to even think of. It's gone by so fast, but I absolutely love it. I was a nurse. I was considered on maternity leave at the time. My husband was working, and he was promised this like really big promotion at work. And so when I went on maternity leave, I thought I wasn't gonna have to go back to work. And I looked at my newborn, and I was like living the dream. Like, this is my dream. I get to be a stay-at-home mom. My husband's going to be making 6 figures, possibly, around that. And you guys, like 2 months after she was born, his job like up and changed their mind. Like, they decided, hey, that promotion we were going to give you? Yeah, we're not going to give that to you anymore, but we'll change your job title. So corporate America just let us down big time. I I knew I had to go back to work because that was really the only way we were gonna make our incomes work with the newborn baby. But you guys, I was lost. Like, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like nursing was what I was supposed to be doing for the rest of my life. And so when It Works came along, I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be good at this. I know that it might bring in a couple $100s to tide us over until I was able to find another nursing job. So really, I joined this like leap of faith, not sure if it was going to work. Funny story, 2 days in, I called asking like how I can quit, because I was just like, I was so doubtful of my own capability to do a job like this. Like, I just didn't think I could do it. Decided to stick with it. And within, I would say 4 to 5 months, I had already double or tripled my nursing income. Within the year, I was a top earner. 2.5 years in, we made our first $1 million with this. Okay, so a girl that wanted to quit 2 days in, now I've made $1 million. Like, what? I can't even like fathom that, saying it out loud. But we just started chunking away at a lot of debt. We were able to purchase our first dream home back in Tennessee. And then now, just this past June, we bought our second dream home here in Sarasota, Florida. That's how I gotten to really connect with a lot of these ladies. It's been amazing. But if you're new and you're just like, you've somehow found this Facebook video or wherever you're watching from, let me just tell you, if you feel like this is not something you ever have seen yourself do, I've been there. Like, that's how I felt. And I'm sitting here 7 years later going, this is my life. I have retired my husband. He is able to do his thing. We have 4 girls now. We wake up every morning with them. We get to choose our hours, choose our time. I get to work from my phone whenever I choose to do so. And we have that residual income coming in. We paid off over $400,000 when you look at the debt and the mortgage and everything we've paid off. It's insane. And we've gotten to do, besides paying off debt, we obviously have bought a home and we got a dream car and things like that. But I'm here to tell you, if you've got debt, this is the company for you. We're bringing back that debt-free is the new sexy, truly. So here I am. I still consider myself a nurse, but I love this industry. I love it. And so if you're kind of not thinking this is for you, I'm here to tell you, like, you got to give it a chance, because here I am today. My whole life has changed.
That's amazing. I love your story. And because of my relationship with Kaye, you were one of the first ladies I kind of bonded with. And, hearing the story about your husband, I didn't share that, but I was working in marketing and had a full-time job, and I was doing marketing for car dealerships, and it was a man's world. And so this was before we had found It Works, but sharing my story was, I got pregnant and I went in and sat down with HR and said, okay, what happens when I have the baby? What's maternity leave? And they're like, we don't offer maternity leave. I'm like, what? They're like, well, okay, we offer it, but it's not paid. And it was like 6 weeks or something crazy. And I came home and sobbed to Mike. And I was like, I was a stay-at-home mom when I had my other children. And I'm like, I can't fathom, A, not getting paid for that long, but B, then what, putting my baby that's a couple months old in daycare? And so Mike was like, then quit. And so I did. I quit, and I have not missed a single day of Anya's life. She's 3.5 now, and I get to do this at home. Literally, today, my phone was going nuts, and I was sitting in her bedroom dressing dolls and doing their hair and playing with her in between, phone messages. And that's the beauty of this, is we get to do this around our lives. It does not dictate how we live our lives. We dictate how we work this into our lives. So thank you for sharing. Next up, I'm going to bring on my beautiful girlfriend, Miss Kaye Dixon. Kaye is a mom that, she's one of the first ladies that I really connected with here, because we have very similar views on life and natural living. And, we have children that we are trying to heal through certain things. And some of these products have come in handy. And she's just such a kind, beautiful soul. And she's introduced me to several other ladies, and I just adore our friendship. So, Kaye, thank you for being on here tonight.
Live from the playroom, ladies. Any more real life than this? My son Kennedy is behind me, playing with his his toolbox. So
Nice.
he asked mommy to come upstairs. I said, you know what? Sure, honey, I'm coming upstairs. So
That's awesome.
here we are. So if you hear the toolbox in the background, that's what you get. Our 2-year-old is asleep downstairs, and my husband is actually at the grocery store for me right now. And I think that this is probably not any more of a real life example of how this business can bless your life than what we're experiencing, being able to be home and be on this Zoom with all of you, because I was not thinking about motherhood when I joined this business. I was 21 years old in college, and I had watched my mom build this company. My mom is one of the owners. I had watched her build this company from the time that I was 12 years old. Okay. And so I never really considered myself a candidate. I felt like, could I fill her shoes? Am I good enough? Am I too young? You know, and in my teens, of course, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking about myself and my dance and my softball and all the things. But what I did pay attention to is I paid attention to the lifestyle changes that our family had over the years. I remember so vividly the kitchen being renovated, and we got hardwood floors for the first time, and we started taking family vacations. It wasn't just because it was for my dad's work. It was 2 weeks to Colorado, and it was just things started shifting. Oh, good. You took my picture, bud. That's good. Things started shifting in our life that really made an impact. And I didn't know that it was making such a big impact. Then when I went to college, my parents were able to provide my college tuition in cash. When I graduated college, because of It Works, I didn't have a single dollar of student loan debt. And because of It Works, I was able to, one second, baby, that's good. When I was able to go to Italy and study abroad for 4 months, and my parents were able to pay cash for that because of It Works. And so being abroad and having that whole experience at 21 years old really opened my eyes to what this opportunity could provide us. And so when I was in college was the first time I really sat down with my mom and I said, Mom, can you show me what it is that you do? So you might be watching this Zoom tonight or this live or this recording, and someone's invited you here, and you've been watching their journey, even for a short period of time or a long period of time. And you might be like me, where you're thinking, can I be like her? Can I do like her? Can I, thank you. Can I make money like her? But that was me. And I had to ask, you say hi to Miss Susan?
No.
That's Emmeline's mommy, your future bride. Okay, so I was that person wondering, can I be like that? But what my mom did that was so brilliant and so perfect is she wrote out on a napkin our 3 very simple steps to success. And she told me if I followed those 3 steps, I could be a millionaire in this company. And I was like, Mom, you're a crazy woman. I am here for $500 a month. I was working part-time retail while I was in college. I have a degree in fashion merchandising. And while I was in college, I was working a few hours a week. And thank you. That's really good. I was making $500. And I thought, if I could replace that income with this It Works income, then I felt like I was winning. And at my first event, I had an in-home event. My friend Jennifer hosted for me. She invited her girlfriends from her sorority. She had 6 friends come. These were 19, 20, 21-year-old girls. And these girls came to my first event. Now, here's what's interesting. These girls never once stepped foot in my clothing store. And what I realized is that wasn't a priority for them. They were not going to come spend $200 on a top, but they would come to my store. Come to my party, and they would buy health and wellness products. They bought wraps, they bought defining gel, they bought greens, they bought Confianza. We didn't have the keto coffee and the skinny coffees and all the things we have today. Hold on, baby, I'm not done. Daddy's here. Like, downstairs. Okay. What, Daddy? Of course you don't. Don't tell Scott. We didn't have all that back then. But what's so great is they bought that product that night. They signed up. Not only they paid me cash for our skinny wraps, but they bought the product and became my customer. So that night I started earning residual income. And it was that night that a fire lit within me, because I realized if these 19, 20, 21-year-old girls would spend their college spending money on my health and wellness products, then everybody would want it. And so I had watched my mom build this, but y'all, it lit within me. I knew that I could be successful. And so that first event really helped. What? Okay, right on it. Get on it. It doesn't work, honey. So the first year in my business, I was a double diamond in this company, making 5 figures a month. By the time I graduated college, 5 figures a month was coming into my paycheck every single month. Within my first, 4 years, 3.5 years, I promoted to the top position in the company. And then 2 years after that, joined the Millionaires Club. So way before the age of 30. And now my husband and I are living in this house. We literally just moved in on Tuesday. We built this dream home and we just moved in. So my head is kind of spinning, but it's all perfection. And we're able to raise our boys from home. So again, I did not start this business because I was thinking about motherhood. Like Susan's story is so perfect for her because she had just had Vivian. She's 2 months old. Her whole world shifted when Michael lost his job, or his job shifted, and she could, oh my gosh, how could she go back to work? I didn't have that experience, but the experience I had is I've never missed a moment with my children. I was there for everything. And this whole past year, when my son needed a lot of medical attention, nothing paid for by insurance whatsoever, everything had to come out of our pocket. My husband and I were not only able to build our home during that time, but also pay cash for his medical bills. And that alone is one of the reasons why I am so unbelievably grateful for this company, because you never know what's going to come across your life. You never know when that moment's going to hit. And for us, that moment was last year. Literally a year ago, his doctor's appointment was like the 19th of January, that we were living a whole different world and had to detox him and get his health right. And our life has turned just 180 since then. And here he is, and he's perfect, and he's healthy, and he's so happy. And I'm just so grateful for this company, for what it's provided for our family, and obviously for all of you watching. You just never know what's going to happen. I wish only the best for you, but at least you would have that job security, and that job security, in my opinion, is residual income.
That's amazing. And I love your story every time I hear it about, just about your children and your mom, and it just, you and your mom is in the business, and you've built your own business and paved your own way. And I love that. And so, one of my favorite things about this, like I said before, is just that you don't have to be a mom to do it, but for moms, a lot of us are connected to moms because we're in that stage of life. And, you can do this with your kids jumping behind you. Or I was leaving a voice message for someone. We were going back and forth the other day, and Anya walked up and yelled really loudly, "Mom, I pooped." And I was so far into the message that I'm like, I can't start this over. So I was just like, that's mom life. Sorry, I gotta go change a poopy diaper. I'll be right back to finish my message. And the girl was dying. Like, she messaged me back and was like, "Oh my God, that's hilarious." But that's, you guys, you can work this business around anything. You can do this business around anything. And if someone brought you here and shared this with you, listen to them. I connected to a girl today through a post on Facebook. I had a friend put a post up, and this girl said she was interested, and we started talking, and her family is struggling greatly financially. And she had literally, just before she saw the post on Facebook, finished praying and asking God to send her an opportunity, to send her a better way. And she left me a message and said, I see those posts on Facebook, and I see people, saying, if you're interested in working from home, you can make all this money. And she's like, and I scroll past them and I roll my eyes, and she's like, but today I felt God tell me to comment on it. And we've been messaging all day, and she's very much like a lot of the women on here, and she's a natural mom, and we have a lot in common. I'll have to fill you in on her later. You'll love her. But, and she was like, I feel like God put this in my path for a reason. So look at, if someone gives you an opportunity and cares enough about you to present you with something, look at it with open eyes. That's all I'm going to say. So on to our last speaker here. This woman, you guys, she's not just someone that changed my life as a friend. She is one of my mentors. My team gets to work really closely with her, and she pushes me to be the best version of myself, to go that extra mile. She's got an amazing story of going from welfare to wealth. And she is someone that no matter what is going on in her life, she shows up and does a video. She does that last live. pushes me to do that. And, you know, I do these skincare lives at night talking about our products. And there was a couple nights ago, I was exhausted and I didn't want to do it, but I went upstairs to wash my face and I thought, man, Nina would do it. She would do it. So I did it and I ended up getting a customer off of it. And Nina would do it. So without further ado, Mrs. Nina Moore, she is incredible. And so she's last but not least. So I wanted to end this with her and her story.
Well, I want to say thank you. And I'm like, why is she going to make me come after Kaye and Susan? Wait, no way. The stories, yeah. You know, I've been fighting back tears. I don't know why when Susan started talking, I wanted to start crying. And I was sitting and I was like, come get Paige. Because I was like, maybe I'm being emotional because Paige is falling asleep and you know, you get that warmth on your chest or I don't know. But when you started talking, I got so teary-eyed. And then when Kaye started talking, I got even more teary-eyed as I started really thinking about, I remember the days, ladies, when I would watch women like us. And it's so crazy that I have to include myself in this now, right? I would watch women like us on social media and think, wow, they're so beautiful. Wow, they're so smart. Oh, wow, will I ever live a life like that? Wow, oh my God, those pictures are so perfect. Oh, wow, look at their life. And wow, and to think, I'm the girl that really selling my food stamps to make ends meet. You can't even imagine like having to be in that position and wanting to hide that from your children, because I've got grown kids and then Paige. And so I never thought that I would be at this stage of my life raising another young child. And times are different now. Things were different when my kids were grown. Times are really different now. I don't know if it's something different in the food or what, but to look at my life, you know, I don't have a college degree. I didn't make all of the right decisions. You know, I had a baby when I was 15. I turned around and had another baby at 20. I was the bishop's daughter. I was the worship leader. You know, I thought that, you know, you start to condemn yourself. You don't forgive yourself, even though you know that God has forgiven you. You condemn yourself and you think that you're trapped in this cycle of life is never going to change for you, or you're never going to come out of the place that you're in. And even the neighborhood that we live in now, I remember riding through this neighborhood thinking, one day I'm going to live out there. I didn't know how. My credit score had dropped to like 300. And I remember network marketing finding me. And I used to dog people that were in these professions. I used to make jokes about people that were in these pyramid schemes. And I used to call them scams and Ponzi schemes. And I had no idea what I was talking about. I was just repeating stuff that I had heard. You know, and what bigger scam than the scam that I was in, right? I loved what I did as a hairstylist, but Susan, I was working like 70 and 80 hours a week. My children grew up in the salon. They knew they better not get sick unless it was Saturday after 3 o'clock. Between Saturday night and Tuesday night, you could get sick. Don't you get sick on my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Saturday, those were my money days. Don't you get sick on those days. You know, to think that Paige was fine last week, right? And then all of a sudden, she starts burning up with fever. She woke up burning up with fever on Friday morning. And the fact that I didn't have to think about, what am I going to do? Who am I going to call? I got to take off. I got to cancel my book, you know? And then they had off of school yesterday. But then today, when I felt like she didn't sleep well through the night, I said, and she'll stay home tomorrow, because I get to nurture that. I get to watch every moment of her life. I get to watch the smart alecky stuff that she says. I get to watch the temper tantrums. I get to form her mindset, and I'm the first teacher, and I don't have to be told stories about what she's done. And oh my gosh, did you know she said her first words today? And I got to watch all of those changes. But not only that, I get to provide her with a life, and my granddaughter with a life, and our daughter that's home right now, Majesty, with a life that maybe I wasn't able to provide my older children with, and now they all get to reap the fruits of my labor. And so I am so grateful that I stopped listening to all of the broke people that were telling me that's a Ponzi scheme, that's a pyramid scheme. And I'm so grateful that I learned to stop taking advice from people that I would not trade my bank account with. Hello, somebody, right? And here's the deal. Network marketing, please. We were doing that for free. And for people that say, oh, I'm not good at sales, you're lying, because you're doing sales every single day of your life. You're selling yourself on your job every single day. You're selling yourself from someone younger, someone prettier, someone with less of a degree. They have no degree. They will accept less money, and you're selling yourself every single day. And I realized, Susan, I realized, Kaye and Brandy, that I was selling products. I was selling restaurants. I was selling sales at Macy's. I was selling sales at Lord & Taylor. I was selling Gucci bags and belts and everything. I was selling all of that stuff because I look at what I got. Girl, let's sell at Macy's. Oh, you got to go see this movie. Oh, you got to go watch. And we do it all the time. I was taking my phone and taking pictures of my meals at restaurants and posting it on social media. And I wasn't getting a dime for all of that. I was marketing iPhone, a team iPhone. I'm marketing my car. Every time I drive it, I'm paying a car note. I'm paying a car note to market that Mercedes Benz, and Mercedes ought to be giving me a check. Okay? And so I realized I'm doing this anyway. We're doing this anyway. When you're walking out of the house with a pair of Levi's jeans on, or whatever, True Religion, or whatever you wear, right? Pink, whatever, you're marketing for that particular company. Gap, you're marketing for that particular company, and you're not afraid of that. You're not afraid of that. You don't make a sound. You know, everybody's been marketing, and I love Tyler Perry, don't get me wrong, but he put a movie out, A Fall from Grace, right? That everybody's been marketing. Did you see that? Oh my God, what did you think about it? Well, I'm not even gonna tell you what I thought about it, because I did watch it, right? But here's the deal. Everybody's marketing, and you shun those of us that get on network marketing, get on social media, and we keep posting about our products. And you talk about us bad, but you don't talk about those people that are talking about Tyler Perry movie all day, every day. You don't talk about when they're talking about whether it's Trump, whether it's the Democratic Party, whether it's whatever. You don't get mad at the people talking about that. But as soon as we get on trying to make a living and trying to show other people that, you know what, not only are we trying to make a living, but we're trying to show you that you can design your life too, now you're mad. I'm so grateful that I turned my mind. I'm so grateful that I accepted that parachute before I needed it, because I was drowning and I didn't even know it. I was depressed. I didn't even know it. I didn't know how I was going to climb out of that place that I was in. Because when your credit score is 300, working 100 hours a week is not going to get you out of that place. All right? I don't care. There was not enough amount of heads that I could curl or cut or color to get me out of that level of debt that I was in and take care of my son in college. Well, network marketing, it saved my life. It found me. It found me in a very broken place. And so you can call it a scam, a scheme, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tell you that network marketing saved my life. It was the life vest that people put on when they get in that boat or when they get in that water. It was the thing that saved my life. Not only did it change my life financially, but when I started understanding that it was personal development and that it is a skill set that we had to learn, and I started investing. See, not, I got to spend time in network in personal development. No, when I started investing my time in personal development versus watching TV, versus watching the housewives of whatever, and most of them weren't housewives anyway. They weren't even housewives. You're watching those shows, they're not even housewives, right? But you're watching that stuff that's causing no eternal gain. And what I realized is, as I began to invest time in personal development, a better version of Nina started to emerge. And I started to believe in myself. It is because of network marketing that I no longer think that I am not worthy to live the life that God has called me to, and that is to live a life of abundance. But here's what I'm gonna say, that you're no different. There's nothing different about you. You don't have to know the how-to. When the why-to is intact, we'll show you the way. All you've got to do is open up your mind and be coachable. And stop listening to the naysayers, because no's are going to come. But guess what? I remember when I walked in a car lot to buy my first car, I didn't buy it. So car dealers get no all the time. Furniture salespeople get no all the time. People that go to buy fur coats don't always buy them on the first go round, right? I don't always go buy the makeup that I set out to go buy. I didn't buy my first life insurance policy the first time I talked to somebody. People don't always buy the first time. So we're telling you, I drink coffee every day. I just swapped out my products. There's nothing guru. It's like a woo, right? It's nothing spooky about what we're doing. We're just saying, swap out some products. Do you have skin? You're going to wash your face anyway, right? Because if you don't, something's wrong. So we're saying swap out your product. It's wise to get paid off of your consumption. And so we're community sharing, right? This is not network marketing. It's e-commerce sales, right? Everybody's selling something online right now. They're selling their time. They're selling their clothes. They're selling their used clothes online. Why not put yourself in position with what's getting to come down the pike? I am just telling you, I want to say hallelujah, right? With what's coming down the pike. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you've seen things happen, if you've seen It Works be a big company in the past, you ain't seen nothing yet. And I'm just glad to say that I'm a part of the family. And so thank you, Brandy, for having me here. Thank you, Kaye, for speaking from your heart. Thank you, Susan, for opening the doors or opening up the path for us to speak from our hearts. And I'm going to just tell you all, stop playing. Get back to the person that invited you to look at this information and get in now, because you will wish. Don't live with regret. You will wish in just about 8 days that you had gotten in.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that. You see why I invited the three of them on here? Like, these ladies are amazing. Every one of their stories and every one of our stories, they were different, you guys. They were different. And I wanted to show you that no matter what your story is, no matter what your situation is, your place in life, you can do this. You can join this opportunity like we did, and you can do this, and you can have all the success that you want. I said all the success that you want. You have to want it. You have to think it. You have to put it out there. You can't join and say, I'm never going to make it. I can't do this. You have to join and say, I want to be in a millionaires club. You heard two women on here say that in this company, they are in the millionaires club. All four of the presenters on here are in the top 150 income earners out of 100,000 plus distributors. You guys, that's huge. We had a nurse, we had a fashion merchandiser, we had a hairstylist, and I didn't go to college. I was a single mom, a stay-at-home mom. When I left my ex-husband, talk about getting emotional, I'm going to try and keep this from getting emotional, but I literally had 2 toddlers, no job, no money. He literally sent me on my way to travel across country from Colorado to Ohio with a couple $100s. That was my life. I came home, I got on food stamps. I got on whatever assistance I could, only a little though, because I was working a full-time job at $10 an hour. So I didn't make enough to get a lot of assistance, but I also didn't make enough to support my family. So that's my background, you guys. I don't have some crazy background. I went to college and I had a degree and I was well-trained to do this. No. So anyone can do this. You just have to want it. You have to say yes. You have to want it. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to end it on this. I spent 2019, I ended 2019, Nina and I talked a lot about this. I ended 2019 really intentionally praying for what I wanted. I was very intentional in what I was asking for and where I wanted my life to go. And I'm just going to say, be careful what you ask for and make sure you're ready, because he does listen. And if you're very intentional, he will listen. So thank you to all of you for being on here tonight. And, like Miss Nina Moore said, whoever invited you here, whoever sent you here, however you came across this, get back to that person and just say yes. Say yes. I'm open to learning. I'm open to trying. I'm open to being on this journey with you. So thank you, ladies. Good night. I can't wait to see all of you next week. Have a great night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.